we go.
What up?
What's up, man? Episode 5.
Yeah,
How was your week?
that's pretty good. How was yours?
It was long. Long hours, long day. I don't want to delve too much into my personal life, but on Tuesday I got attacked by a dog on my at work.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was fun. First time I've ever gotten attacked by a dog. So I was
Yeah.
like, damn, man, it fucking sucks.
Yeah, I remember you had called me about that.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
Got a good old memory bite on my arm right now, but it's all good. So yeah, it was besides that, it was a good week. Good hours at work, and excited about us as a podcast.
Yeah, well, me too.
This is episode 5, and this is the last episode before we officially get put on the October 1st is the official date.
Yeah, we have episode 3 will be visual on October 1st on YouTube, and then episode 1 and 2 will be with 3 audio on Podbean so far, and I need to get it so that it's on Spotify and all the other platforms on Thursday. Yeah, this Thursday, right? Yeah.
Yep.
This is our big launch this Thursday.
So I'm pretty excited, man. I think the hardest thing for people though is that we started doing this a month ago.
Yeah.
And so they're already experiencing the things we're talking about. So they're like, man, these guys are pretty behind, but actually we're not. We're just, we were just trying to get a couple episodes ahead before our launch. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So the way we're filming it is that, the first 2 episodes we weren't able to get in the studio. And, that's because I had lost my keys, so we didn't get any video done. We did audio at my house with one USB mic and at my house these walls are more padded, so you get more reflection at my house. Then we had the last 2 episodes where episode 3 we have a little bit of music in the background from the band below us. Episode 4 was just horrible with fucking the band below us was just all day. Like even in the recording, I got it as good as I could, but
yeah, it's been a fun week, man. Fun week. But I'm just really excited. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like us on YouTube, and get our channel going, get some more subscribers, and so we can reach more people. And also get in touch with us on our email. We're going to be putting out our email, and so you guys can talk with us and see what you want us to talk about, and just get some good communication going,
Or our Instagram, we can you can message us there, and we'll have that link below for when we have the Instagram.
Right. And if you guys have been with us this far already, thank you for your patience with episode 1 and 2. That was a little rough, but I think once we hit episode 3, that's when we really started getting the ball rolling.
Yeah. Really didn't like the being at home with that one USB mic. Actually, my fiance, that was for her podcast. She had started a podcast called Nursing RX, and that's no longer on Spotify, but it might be up somewhere. I'm not sure, but that I have copies of it because I did all the editing on it. So this is my second go around with editing podcasts, but as for video, this is probably my biggest project. We're doing feature length films every week,
and it looks legit, man. Like just
you.
Watching episode 3, I was like, damn, this looks legit, and I'm excited to see where it goes, and just how how far we are able to go with this, and to see the amount of people that are affected by it, and just try to spread some light, man. Like, and just kind of get people to kind of forget about their own personal shit that they're going through, and just talk about shows that they like to talk about, whether that be comic books, Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate, SG-1, which we haven't really talked about much, but I'd
Yeah.
like to talk about.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch some of that this week. I used to like Stargate SG-1 when I was a kid. I think we had those. Well, mom we used to watch those.
Yeah, did you watch any of the others, like Stargate Atlantis,
No.
or man, that's Stargate Atlantis was really good. I liked the storyline of it. I didn't like the Stargate Uverse. I didn't like that one. But Stargate Atlantis and Stargate SG-1 really good. And right now they're saying that they're actually making a movie of it. So I saw that online somewhere. So I was like, what? So we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, so you guys got a lot of material that we're gonna be talking about, and please comment. Let us know what you'd like to talk for us to talk about, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of things that have been going on this week in pertains to Marvel, the cinematic universe. A couple of the Marvel shows. You're talking about Eternals. It was going to come out on February 12th, 2021. Then they moved it to November 5th, 2021, all due to the coronavirus.
Damn.
Yeah, and then they moved Shang-Chi from May 7th. Now it's going to be moved back to July 9th. And then, man, I'm really bummed about this, but Black Widow, y'all, got moved from November 6th. Now it got moved to May 7th, 2021.
Oh, damn.
So all their shows. But
Black Widow's when?
It was going to come out on November 6th of this year. And then they moved it to May 7th of next year.
Yeah. And the main reason for those moves, I'm assuming Black Widow's done, right?
Yeah.
So
all the pre-production.
Yeah, they just want the money from
post-production.
They need the money from the what's it called? The box office revenue and people going to the theater. They probably get more for going to the theater than buying a movie. Have you bought a movie since COVID started?
I bought a movie.
Like theaters?
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
I've been wanting to go to the drive-in.
Oh, yeah. My fiance and I, we keep on talking about it. But
I think we should do that. Like you, me, and the boys and all that. We should definitely go and do that. For those of you who don't know, I got 3 boys. So it's definitely a handful. So
yeah.
But, and Jason's a good uncle.
Yeah, I try.
So, yeah. This whole coronavirus thing has really changed everything. Like, it's pushed movies back. It's, and I think it's gotten people a lot more depressed. I mean, it has. I mean, man, just the amount of movies that could have been played this summer, and now we have to wait a whole year almost. Not liking that whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, what movies do you want to see?
I want to see, well, for one, Eternals has kind of got me a little excited.
That's a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was...
The Eternals are, like, they're pretty much like gods.
Right.
And somehow, like, basically, Thanos is kind of, like, related to them somehow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen some of something about the Eternals, but it's been a super long time. We don't need this here.
No.
Wasn't that supposed to be? Wasn't Angelina Jolie supposed to be an Eternal?
Yep, she's in that.
They have some pics. I might have talked about this before, but I can't remember if I did or not. They have some picks for movies like uh, Shia LaBeouf is supposed to be Iceman.
Yes.
Um, I don't know. As an actor, I mean, I've seen him do okay work, but he's not like a favorite actor of mine. So, and usually, for the most part, the Avengers are pretty good actors. I can't think of anybody. I mean, Chris Evans. I mean, he plays his part. You know, my favorite actors from the Avengers are probably like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
How are we supposed to do that?
Well, supposedly these bald bodies find you attractive, so maybe you can work out some sort of trade.
You must be joking.
No, I really heard they find you attractive.
You
Yeah.
know, they act well. Of course, Robert Downey Jr. is freaking phenomenal.
Not only was Robert Downey Jr., but Chris Hemsworth. Like, he's very funny.
Yeah, he's
In
good.
Thor Ragnarok, dude.
Well,
movie
that was because of Taika
lit.
Waititi.
Yes.
Yeah, he made that movie. You know, like he's freaking phenomenal. Like that dude is fucking smart as shit.
And he's gonna be directing the next Thor movie.
Yeah, he's supposed
Thor:
to do.
Love and Thunder.
He's supposed to do the next. Oh, is he? Oh, okay, that's good.
And Natalie Portman's going to be in that. And I don't know if you know this, but in the comic books, she actually became Lady Thor.
Right, and that's what's supposed to happen now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But apparently, Chris Hemsworth doesn't want to give up the hammer yet. No pun intended. But so he's going to actually be the first person out of the Trinity of the Avengers that gets a fourth movie. Everyone else has had a third movie.
So Love and Thunder is their fourth.
Yes.
Right. Okay. You know, obviously Chadwick Boseman was great.
We must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single tribe.
Speaking of Chadwick Boseman, so if you guys, remember back in episode 1, we were talking about Chadwick Boseman's death, and Disney Plus. I don't know if you watched it, but Disney Plus actually had a memorial kind of video on Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, it was a whole documentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a whole documentary of his what he did for the role as Black Panther, and it was amazing, man. It was really amazing to see this guy, like, even when he was battling cancer, he was going out and visiting kids who had cancer and giving them hope. And he didn't want to bring attention to himself. He wanted to give hope and not receive hope for himself.
Right.
And that to me is heroic, in my opinion. And so not only that, but Disney also in downtown Disneyland, they had a mural of him with a kid doing the Wakanda Forever pose, and the kid, has a Black Panther mask, and you could see that he has a patient's gown on him, so he's struggling with cancer, and he's saying Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, that's a good mural. I like that one.
That's really good.
That's Downtown Disney?
Yeah, Downtown Disney. Really amazing, man. It's just the life he led, and how fast he shot up in fame. You know what I mean? Like, he was doing these little movies. He did James Brown and Step Up.
How long ago was that one?
That was 2013, I believe,
Oh, okay.
or 2014. I think the first one he did was replayed Jackie Robinson. And then he did Step Up, I think, and then he did Civil War, and as Black Panther and all. So.
And his whole cast, that was a great cast, a great movie. Actually, I didn't like the nephew too much.
The nephew,
Jordan, what's his last name? The bad guy.
oh yeah, you're talking about Killmonger.
Yeah, I didn't really care for his character. Too
Really?
much. No.
He was one of the best villains, next to Loki, in my opinion.
No.
So in my
No.
eyes, it's first.
Because-
It's
This is why. Because he has got that whole that teenage angst thing. Like, oh, you left me, blah, this and that, and he's
kind of
already
juvenile.
he's already an adult. That's where I don't really care for that much. Not in that movie. I mean, there's probably some movies where it's good.
Yeah. And then that's understandable.
Get out of my room.
So what I liked about him was that you knew why he was doing those certain things, and you knew his drive. You knew why he was angry, and his backstory was really amazing, man. And in my opinion, it's first, obviously Thanos. Thanos was just amazing, and then it was Loki. Loki was phenomenal, and then Killmonger.
Oh, I also didn't like. I liked the actor, but I didn't like the guy in Iron Man 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. Whiplash.
Iron Man 2, I really didn't care for.
Yeah, I liked Iron Man 3 better than I did Iron Man 2.
Who was in that one?
Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good question. Nothing that really comes to my mind. I mean, I know the guy who plays the fake the fake bad guy.
Mandarin?
Mandarin, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's supposed to be in Shang-Chi, right?
Shang-Chi, yeah. They're talking about the 10 rings.
He's a character in that.
Yeah. So we'll see how if they're able to fix the problem. But
You know who would be good as another character he's already played in a Marvel movie, but it wasn't really Marvel, it was Sony, is Jamie Foxx.
So there are rumors right now. You remember I can't remember his name, but the guy who made Spawn.
No.
So there's a rumor that Jamie Foxx is going to play Spawn
Oh, that'd be dope.
for him. Yeah.
Spawn was black, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What about X-Men? Do they have any other X-Men that they think are going to be X-Men?
Nothing really coming up to my mind right now. I think what Marvel's going to probably do first is introduce the Fantastic Four.
Right.
And you said in the past episode that the guy who played in The Office, John Krasinski.
Yeah. He was supposed to be he originally was going to be Captain America. That changed, I think, because of his dedications to The Office and different people. I watched an article where different actors were slated to be different characters. Like Tom Cruise was supposed to be Iron Man, and I'm glad that didn't happen. And then they're talking about how that Tom Cruise and John Krasinski could be Iron Man and Captain America in different universes, which
Interesting.
yeah, but I'm not real sure about that. The biggest rumor about John Krasinski is that he is supposed to be Mr. Fantastic.
I think he would do great in that role.
Yeah.
Because when you think of it, he's probably just I think he's probably one of the smartest Marvel characters aside of Shuri, Black Panther's sister.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Shuri, yeah.
Well, I mean, then there's Iron Man,
Yeah.
and then there's
But when it comes
Spider-Man's pretty smart.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Shuri, I think Shuri's the smartest out of everyone.
They're rich. Well,
Yeah,
so
they are.
so is Iron Man, but
But when you think of it, I want to ask you this: how rich do you think Black Panther is?
he's probably, well, I mean, he's got the vibranium, so he's probably, I don't know, he could be the richest person in the universe, in the world.
by far.
Yeah.
So Tony Stark averages about 8 billion, and then Batman's about 10. Black Panther is rated over 90 trillion.
Oh, really? Huh.
He's stupid rich.
See, I would have thought that that Tony Stark had more money than Batman. You know, they're different. They're different universes. So,
Yeah.
and just real quick, okay. So, in the DC universe, for those of you that don't know, the DC doesn't take place in the real world. So the cities are like Gotham is kind of like New York, and then Metropolis is kind of like what it was Chicago, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's the exact opposite. I think Metropolis is more of like New York, and then Gotham's more like Chicago or Detroit.
Yeah, I could see that, but it's on the water though. And then in Dark Knight, it looks exactly. It is New York.
And
you know?
in, I mean, you haven't seen this, but in Batman versus Superman, Gotham and Metropolis are just a river away.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
you see Gotham in the far side, and then you see Metropolis on the other side of the river.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that continuity part that they changed a little bit, that they were that close.
Yeah, I would like to see him a little further away. I think, maybe a state away. Not that I care that much. But what about Flash? Where's he from?
Central City,
Oh, okay. And
That's a little bit farther away.
Aquaman is from the water.
Atlantis. Yeah, he owns about 70% of the rest of the world.
Yeah. So
He's a beast. And for those of you who think that he's just some weak character, you have a lot of homework to do. Because when you think about it, the pressure of the water when you go down deeper and deeper, it's colder and colder, and the pressure would just pop your eyes right out. And
yeah.
he's pretty beast when you think about how fast he can swim in that pressure, and his body can actually maintain it and not fall apart. And he can also control all living things in the ocean. If you haven't seen Aquaman, Jason, there's a scene where he controls this kaiju,
Yeah.
and it's ginormous, like 5 miles long. And this beast, and he's just controlling it with his mind, and it's just badass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So one of these days, I'll have you watch that after you watch Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman.
Yeah. Which one's first? Oh, Man of Steel.
Man of
probably.
Steel.
Yeah.
I think you'll like Man of Steel.
DC's in a fake cities, and Marvel is in real cities. So like New York and San Francisco, a lot of New York. Avengers are in New York. Spider-Man's in New York. And it's really mostly New York. Is there any other cities in Marvel really? Like,
So you got
Daredevil. Wait, that's Marvel? Yeah,
that's Marvel.
that's not in New York.
Hell's Kitchen.
Is that a real city?
Yeah,
Oh,
over in New York. Yeah.
so most of it's in New York.
Yeah, so Batman's in Gotham. Flash is in Central City. Superman is in Metropolis. And then you have Green Arrow, who's in Star City. Yeah, they're all made up. They're all made up cities. But
Well, I started Batman versus Superman. This is the way I watched it, right? So I tried to watch it on. I use this app. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but it's a bootleg app, right? So those of you that have heard me talking shit about Star Trek, I don't watch Lower Decks and Discovery. I don't watch them on CBS. I don't give CBS any money at all anymore. I watched Picard on CBS. So now I watch it on a bootleg app. And then, because I'm not going to pay for those Star Trek shows. And
Makes perfect sense.
yeah, so I watched, I tried to watch Batman versus Superman on there because I don't want to rent it, There's certain movies and things that I'll pay for. Like I'll pay for The Mandalorian. I'll restart my Disney subscription and pay for that, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I watched it on this app, right? And then the app was so slow to watch Batman versus Superman. It's weird. I can watch like shows and stuff, but I can't watch movies too easily. And then so it was too slow, so then I ended up watching it on YouTube, but it was like 60 videos. So then it would like go from one to the next. And I
the
tried
parts.
Yeah, it was weird because okay, let me ask you this. So so it starts with the whole Thomas and Martha Wayne getting shot,
Yes.
and then it goes straight to aliens attacking Gotham.
Yes. Not Gotham, but Metropolis.
Oh, okay. But there's a Wayne building there.
Yes.
Oh.
So if you haven't watched Man of Steel, you won't get that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's General Zod attacking Metropolis in Man of Steel. And during that whole thing, it lets you know that Bruce Wayne was there.
So it tells you that in Man of Steel or no?
Yes. No, not that Bruce Wayne was there. You don't see Bruce Wayne in Man of Steel.
Did you see the Wayne building in there?
No.
Oh.
But
so now they show that there's Wayne buildings in Metropolis.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And they just open up the universe a lot more. And yeah, just watch Man of Steel. It's going to come out on HBO Max on October 1st, which is, the date that we're starting the podcast. What I like most with DC is that I just get more sense of like hope. Like amidst like darkness, amidst everything going wrong, you really see the characters shine through the darkness and become a beacon of hope. Where DC universe or multiverse is starting to bring more of that hope aspect, which the DCEU at the time was lacking, but I still liked it. I still liked like the darkness of it because it was different. It was different from Marvel. And in other news, DC has hired Aldous Hodge as Hawkman for Black Adam. Now, if you don't know, Jason, Aldous Hodge played in the Compton movie.
Who is he in that?
He played MC Ren, yes. So he played MC Ren, Aldous Hodge, and he's going to be playing Hawkman. Now, are you a Hawkman fan, or have you?
Is that DC?
Yes.
Then no.
Okay. So Hawkman is in ancient Egypt. Him and his wife were cursed.
Oh, is that right?
And they were cursed to fall in love with each other. Yeah, that's a really big curse right there. But they're also cursed to watch each other die.
Oh, okay.
And then rebirth. So they'd have to keep on dying, living together, dying again, living together, dying again.
Right.
And so for over 1,000 years, they had this curse placed upon them.
We're not going to have the same technology in 200 years that we had, like what they thought we would have in the 60s. Like, we're not going to have handheld communicators.
Right. That was pretty cool, though, to see have it flip like that. And it's also pretty interesting, like we were talking about on last episode, how Elon Musk is planning on putting chips in our brains in order for us to communicate with each other.
Yeah, so by the time that happens, it's pretty much game over for us.
Yes, definitely for me. Um, it's pretty amazing how when you go through Star Trek, you see the different technologies being upgraded. And I knew in one of the Star Trek and the newer ones, which you don't like, but they were talking about how you can teleport people onto the ship while they're going through hyperspace.
Yeah.
Okay. But also when you go through the different Star Trek shows, like their uniforms change too.
Yeah. That's another thing about Discovery. Discovery has really fancy uniforms.
They do.
Yeah, they have pretty fancy uniforms. And then they go to the gold and blue from the original series.
Really?
Yeah, Pike wears the gold, but it looks way fancier than the ones in the original series, which is another thing. Like, they show the original series uniforms in Deep Space Nine. They go back to the past. So in Deep Space Nine, Benjamin Sisko and Dax and Worf even goes back in time to the original Enterprise, and they go to a space station called K9, I think it's called. It'll be they saw Kirk and stuff on the episode in Deep Space Nine. You never seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I
that-
definitely want to watch it.
Yeah, that one's cool. Well, what they did was they spliced the two episodes together, so they spliced them to make it look like they were actually on the episode.
Wow. I did not know that. This whole time, I did not know that Kirk was in Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, but it's the original footage from the original series.
That's
So-
awesome.
So then, when you go with continuity, it shows, okay, now the uniforms are completely different, which is okay, I guess.
You just want more continuity where it changes every couple decades or every couple
No,
hundred years.
I'm just saying that since they're in Kirk's time in Discovery,
You just want that same uniform.
yeah, or a little closer to the look. Like everything's a little more shinier. Like the badges are actually metal badges on Discovery, when in the original series they were like sewn on patches kind of things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So they could have done that at least. And then they made a comment about Section 31.
What's Section 31?
It's like their undercover secret agency of the Federation.
Why would it be a secret agency?
Well, it got brought up first in Deep Space Nine, where they do like CIA type of stuff in the Federation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
It's always been like a shady organization, but in this show, in Discovery, they like have cloaking devices and they use communicators that you beep.
Yeah.
But those didn't show up until the Next Generation. So they made a comment about that, like, oh, where'd you get those beeping communicators? Like, like those badge communicators. It was like this crazy technology, but it's just hard to go back. Like, they shouldn't have done a prequel to the original series that way. I like the way they did Enterprise a little, because the ship is very Navy looking. It looks like something that would come pretty soon.
Now, the Enterprise is before Kirk, or is it before Generations?
No, it's before both of them. It's
Yeah.
before Kirk. Yeah.
Okay.
Because Enterprise is in the 22nd century. So it's 100 years from now, like 150 years from now.
Okay. Gotcha. I watched a little bit of Enterprise when I was younger, and I liked it. I connected with the characters, but nothing I like, in my opinion, Next Generation was the best, and then Deep Space Nine.
Mine is probably opposite now, because it's watching Deep Space Nine recently. I'd say Deep Space Nine is my favorite now. Then Next Generation. I like the characters in both, though, because Deep Space Nine is more about the characters than it is anything else. It's like a build up on story. It's they build a whole war through Deep Space Nine.
Probably my favorite character was
Quark's a good character.
The guy was hilarious, man.
At face value, you don't really see how good a character he is, but him and just a building of relationships in between the show was really good.
Now I forgot, what race is Quark again?
And they're Ferengis.
Ferengis. What sector are they from?
Well, most of the aliens are from either the Alpha Quadrant or the Beta Quadrant. Galaxy's divided in 4. They're probably from the Alpha Quadrant, I'd assume.
Okay. Yeah. I connected him with the most, and then Odo was really cool. I liked Odo.
Yeah, Odo's a good character.
And it was really cool. Like I said this in the last episode, was it was also really cool to see Worf come on in from Next Generation to Deep Space Nine. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine had its own problems in the beginning. Like, most people were complaining about it not being on a ship. So Star Trek's supposed to be on a ship exploring. So that's why in the 4th season or the 3rd season they brought on the Defiant, and on the 4th season they brought on Worf because they figured they'd get somebody from the Next Generation that the fans would like, and Worf was liked by the fans. And by that time that season 4 came out, Next Generation was over.
Yeah.
So, and they had a couple other cameos. Q showed up on it. The very first episode was Picard was on it.
Right.
Well, Picard technically killed Sisko's wife.
Are you kidding me? I did not know that.
No. Yeah, I'm not.
How did he kill her?
He was Locutus.
That's right.
Yeah. So Sisko didn't like him very much.
Oh my! But that's not in his control. Like, once you're taken over by the Borg, they completely.
But he killed his wife.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up, man. Do you understand though why the Star Trek fans did not like Deep Space Nine? Like, even though you'd like it the most, do you understand why?
Yeah, I mean, I can understand they didn't want that kind of show, but it really turned out blossoming into something really good.
You think it's because it was too dark for them and they were just used to
it was
Next
dark
Generation?
and Next Generation and the original series were both very episodic, so they went locked in the episode. They didn't really have more than 2 episodes that were the same story. Yeah. Usually that would be a 2-parter episode. But if you really think about it, Deep Space Nine was the most realistic because you go from episode to episode. These things happen. You talk about it,
They also had like racial tensions too. Like there were issues where there were episodes where they'd go back in time kind of, and you'd see Sisko like in like a dream kind of sequence where he was dealing with racism and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, that episode's called Far Beyond the Stars, and even though it's not on Deep Space Nine, it's probably one of my favorite episodes. It's that just deals with racial tension of the 60s, and it's kind of like a little ode to the time.
Now, we're going to be ending the podcast now. If you guys have any other questions, be sure to email us, talk to us on Instagram, hit that like on YouTube, hit the notification bell, and let us know what else you'd like us to talk about. And
yeah, pretty soon I'll be reaching out to other YouTubers and different people to try to get guests.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that might be.
Yeah, but we could do it. So, yeah, I guess we will talk to you guys in the next podcast.
All right.
Peace.
You've been listening to What the Sci-Fi.